Let's go now. Joining me now is Pennsylvania Democratic Congresswoman Madeleine Dean. Congresswoman, 7 years later, is this still true, or is this the president's solid base of support starting to crack when we see all of these folks coming at him from all directions, from the right and the left?
Well, Mike, I want to welcome you to the Keystone State. I'm so thankful that you decided to visit here
It's
because
a
we're an important state.
Yeah.
It is a commonwealth. Exactly right. So good to be with you. I was reflecting back on, you'll remember, June 16th, 2015, when the former president announced his run for the presidency as he glided down an escalator. I certainly saw in that moment a metaphor for somebody who is only going to take us down, and with no effort of his own, just on an
Congresswoman,
electric escalator. But what I'm happy about is it's Friday, and you have seen what we were able to do in Congress this week. A huge weight has been lifted off. It's very remarkable, and I want America to appreciate it. And so I'm delighted the president will be speaking. Go ahead. Okay,
I want to ask you about the political side of the aisle that you're most familiar with, and that's the Democratic side of the aisle. In particular, you are from those collar counties around Philadelphia, which have become sort of the new Macomb County that we heard about in the Reagan years, the swing districts where presidential elections in swing states or commonwealths are won and lost. You're from Montgomery County. We often hear a lot about Bucks County, which I think your district goes a little bit into. So are you concerned that some of these other Republicans getting in the race, the anti-Trumps, if you will, can make inroads into the women's vote in some of these collar counties that has become so crucial over the last couple of elections?
Well, I thank you for focusing on this area. You're absolutely right. This is an incredibly important region, and we do know that suburban women, as well as urban women, are going to be critical to each of the next elections coming up. And what I'm hearing from my constituents, whether they're men or women, trans, LGBTQ, you name it, they're doggone proud of this president and the agreement that he came to with his skilled negotiators this week. Think of how effective the president has been. We were on a course with collision with default. It was absolutely manufactured, irresponsible. I call it malpractice for legislators. But he so skillfully was able to negotiate with the Speaker of the House and protected so many things. Number one, protected our economy from default. Number two, protected us from having this silly, but silly's too weak a word, this dangerous argument again in this Congress. And number three, he protected seniors, Medicare, Medicaid, veterans, protected the funds for our veterans who have been struggling and sick from toxic burn pits.
Can't we plausibly say all of the attributes that you mentioned?
I want to say
the attributes that you gave to the president. Go ahead. Go ahead, Congresswoman.
I want to say that what we saw this week, and I've been there now 4.5 years, what we saw this week were adults governing. And I will tell you, the voters of this region want to see adults governing. And what was sidelined were the histrionics and the irresponsible bomb throwers and extremists to the right in the Republican Party.
Right, but I mean, they were evident, certainly during the debate and during the votes the other day. But let me ask you, all the attributes and all of the pluses that you just threw towards President Biden, that you credited President Biden with, can't you say the same thing about Speaker McCarthy? I mean, he negotiated some very hazardous shoals there in bringing this vote to the House floor, and he defied the base of his party.
I think you're right. I think he was underestimated. I think he did better than expected. But I'm very certain that the person who was at the helm was the President of the United States, who has decades and decades of experience in calm, smart negotiating. And he was so extraordinarily well represented. This week in caucus, I don't talk too much about specifics in caucus, but we had a couple of hours briefing in caucus and multiple hours briefing by the negotiators and the team surrounding the president, representing the president's values. And what I can tell you is they did a masterful job, and our leadership was phenomenal. They were alongside the whole way, informed the whole way. But what McCarthy was successful at was keeping the worst of his party, the irresponsible, hard extremists of his party, at bay.
All right, Congresswoman Dean, thank you very much for your time. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.